Hello dear students, today we are going to begin with our new lesson 1.2, that is on saying please, written by Alfred George Gardiner. In this lesson, A.G. Gardner, he says that he wants to point out the value of good manners in social life, and he emphasizes the importance of courtesy and politeness in daily behavior. He shows how polite speech and manner sweetens the atmosphere around and how discourtesy and ill manners spoil and pollute it. That means we can say that ill manners or discourtesy, it is contagious. In the same way, polite speech and sweet atmosphere, sweet manner, it sweetens the atmosphere. That is also contagious, we can say. So this lesson is about the importance of mannerism. Throughout this lesson, some humorous incidents are given which teach us the importance of mannerism. Now, mannerism means please, sorry, thank you, and these type of courtesy words are mannerism. In the very first stanza, there is the incident of a young liftman mentioned. The young liftman in a city office who threw a passenger out of his lift the other morning and was fined for the offense was undoubtedly in the wrong. Now here the incident is that a young liftman, he threw out a passenger out from his lift because the passenger told only top. The passenger told, he climbed the lift and he told that he wants to go to the top, but he did not use the word please, and that is why the young liftman threw him out of his lift. The liftman demanded top please, and this concession being refused, he not only declined to comply with the instruction but hurled the passenger out of the lift. Now there may be several reasons why this liftman had done this thing. That maybe, as I told you in the beginning, it is contagious. Discourtesy, ill manner, whether it is this way or whether it is polite speech, mannerism, both these things are contagious. If maybe the liftman had found somebody else in the morning who had been very ill mannered with the liftman, and that is why he continues to do with his passengers. So this cycle goes on. When this passenger, when he was thrown out, maybe later on he will also misbehave with somebody else, and it is contagious. On the contrary, if the liftman, if he would have, or the passenger, if he would have shown courtesy, the liftman might have changed. He might have behaved or forwarded courtesy to other people as well, and that is why this is contagious. This, of course, was carrying a comment on manner too far. Discourtesy is not a legal offense. Now, this is the important sentence. If a person does not have any courtesy, then it is not at all a legal offense. You cannot go and complain about that a person comes and tells you or orders you something without telling please. You cannot go and complain. A person, discourtesy is not a legal offense at all. There is no punishment at all for this, and it does not excuse assault and battery. Assault means attack, and the use of violence means assault and battery. If a burglar breaks into my house and I knock him down, the law will acquaint me and if I am physically assaulted, it will permit me to retaliate with reasonable violence. If the robber comes into the house, then I cannot go and hit him. Then the case will be filed against me. But if the burglar, if he physically assaults a person, then he can hit him back under the name of self-defense. So it will permit me to retaliate. Retaliate means to do something bad to someone with reasonable violence. It does this because the burglar and my assailant have broken quite definite commands of the law. But no legal system could attempt to legislate against bad manners and could sanction the use of violence against something which it does not itself recognize as a legally punishable offense. So these are some situations which the writer A.G. Gardner, he tries to explain the importance of mannerism. And our sympathy with the liftman, we must admit that the law is reasonable. It would never do if we were at liberty to box people's ears because we did not like their behavior. To box means to fight. We cannot go and hit anybody or fight anybody because we did not like their behavior. And several times the cause of fight are the same thing. He did not behave in a good manner with me. His gestures were bad. His gestures were arrogant. So these are the basic things for all the fights, most of the fights. See, once again I'll read this. It would never do if we were at liberty to box people's ears because we did not like their behavior or the tone of their voice or the scowl on their faces. If you are not agreeing with anything, then certain gestures come automatically on your face. For example, if you don't agree with somebody, your eyebrow is raised. That means you don't agree, but you are not punishable for raising your eyebrows. So as it is said that discourtesy is not a legal offense. Our feast would never be idle and gutters of the city would run with blood all day. If this would have been offensible, discourtesy would have been offensible, then our feast would never be idle. That means we would have kept on hitting everybody around because of their discourtesy, and the gutters of the city would run with blood all day. Each and everybody would keep on hitting each other. So the humorous incidents are given to explain the importance of mannerism by A.G. Gardner. I may be as uncivil as I may please, and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. Now the author, the narrator, he is confessing that he may be uncivil as he may please, and the law will protect him against violent retaliation. I may be haughty. Haughty means very proud or having great opinion about oneself and thinking inferior about others. That is haughty. I may be haughty or boorish. Boorish means rude, and there is no penalty to pay except the penalty of being returned down as ill-mannered fellow. Only people can point out that this person is a ill-mannered person, and there is no penalty, no punishment for ill manner. The law does not compel me to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities any more than it says that I shall not wax my moustache or dye my hair and wear ringlets down my back. Now, as these things to have a mustache or no, to dye one's hair or no, these all are personal things. As these are personal, saying please or sorry or thank you are all personal deeds. Nobody can force you to do so. It does not recognize the laceration of our feelings. Laceration means a cut or tear, the depth of our feelings, as a case for compensation. There is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters. Moral intellectual damages are never refunded. Coming to the third paragraph. This does not mean that the damages are negligible. It is probable that the liftman was much more acutely hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on the shins. Now, here it is said that emotional pain is more painful than physical pain. The liftman was more acutely hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing. The writer says that the pain of a kick on the shins soon passes away, but the pain of a wound to our self-respect or our vanity may poison a whole day. That means physical pain is not as painful as emotional pain is. I can imagine that liftman denied the relief of throwing the author of his wound out of the lift, brooding over the insult by the hour, and visiting his wife in the evening as the only way of restoring his equilibrium. Equilibrium means balance. Now here one incident is connected to another. As I told you in the beginning that maybe the liftman might have met somebody else who was rude to him. The person whom he met, his wife might have been rude to that person, and that is why he was rude to liftman, and the chain keeps on continuing. For there are few things more catching than bad temper and bad manners. Whatever good things you do, they are not thought about when your one bad act, bad temper is over it. People only discuss about the bad temper or bad manners and they forget your good deeds. When Sir Anthony Absolute bullied Captain Absolute, the latter went out and bullied his man. Now, this is the chain which I had explained. One person bullies somebody else, then he bullies somebody else who is inferior to him, and then the next one. Fag thereupon Fag went out downstairs and kicked the page boy. Probably the man who said top to the lift man was really only getting back on his employer, who had not said good morning to him because he himself had been henpecked at breakfast by his wife, to whom the cook had been insolent. Now here the chain is mentioned that the liftman, the employer or the passenger did not say please to the liftman because the liftman did not say good morning to him. Then again that man was the employer. His wife had not cooked very good breakfast, or maybe she was angry or she was in a bad temper, and that is why the employer was not in good mood. Then again, why was his wife in bad temper? Because the cook did not turn up, because the maid did not turn up, and this maid, why she didn't turn up, or why was she rude, or why did she give back answers? Maybe because there might be some family matter of hers. So this chain continues. We infect the world. Infect, as I told you, this is contagious. We infect the world with our ill humors. Bad manners probably do more to poison the stream of the general life than all the crimes in the calendars. For one wife who gets a black eye from an otherwise good-natured husband, there are 100 who live a life of martyrdom under the shadow of a morose temple. Morose means unhappy. Where one person is happy with his wife, the other is not. So this morose means unhappy temper. But all the same, the law cannot become the guardian of our private manners. Again, the line discourtesy is not a legal offense. No decalogue means the 10 commandments could cover the vast area of offenses, and no code could administer a law which governed our social activities or our speech, the tilt of our eyebrows, and all our moods and manners. Even, as I told you, the tilt of our eyebrows, which are in our facial expressions, they are also not offendable. So we will stop here today, and we will continue with the remaining part in our next lecture.